So good evening. Good evening. We are back again with the daily dose, or the weekly dose, in fact, of realism within the fan base. None of the delusions of grandeur. None of the fancying of the manager, because he's got perfect hair and he's going to lead us to Champions League. No hyping of bang average footballers either on this channel, but only facts. We only deal with facts about the club. Jez, how are you, man? How's your Sunday? How's your Easter Sunday? Happy Easter to everyone, by the way.
Yeah, happy Easter. Yeah, that's great, man. Lovely weather. Got had my sister over. Well, they're here till tomorrow, and her husband. Lovely, nice to see him. And great night last night. Got a little bit drunk, to be fair. But, there you go. Yeah, so no, it's all good, man. All good.
Happy days. What about you, Kenny? How's your Sunday going, man?
Well, I've just got the phone of my brother, and he's looking over, very enviously at the setup at Crystal Palace. He's seen Dougie Freedman, as their director of football. Son has actually played a game, and he's watching players who basically are probably the best players around the South London area, like Zara, Alicia, Eze, and he's got Patrick Vieira, and he's saying to me, if we had him as manager as opposed to Mikel, we wouldn't be getting bullied. And I can't argue with anything he said. I mean, Arsenal, a massive, massive club. Not only is it ruining my Easter Sunday, it's the realisation that no matter how many players we buy, how much money we spend, if you give it to the wrong man, and it's you put people in charge of the club who are in the wrong regime, it's not going to work, is it?
Exactly. And this is the thing. We've been saying all season that this guy ain't the guy. We've been saying all season that these players are massively overhyped by our fans. Saka being the one that's the most overhyped. Again, he's gone through purple patches this season. He went on a good little scoring and assisting run, playing well. And now the last 4 games, because I don't think he was that great in the Aston Villa game, if I'm honest. The last 4 games, he's been pretty anonymous. Like I know that all of the players have been pretty dead in the last 3 games, but the fact that our fans have hyped him especially, and Smith Rowe, which I'll come to in a second, but they've hyped this guy up that he's the saving grace of Arsenal Football Club going forward. Like, it's unfair to him first and foremost. He's only a kid. He's 20. And he is going to have purple patches. He is going to have dips of form where he can't do it all on his own. He is going to get doubled up and trebled up on. It doesn't help when you don't have an overlapping fullback when Tomiyasu's in the team. But the pressure on that kid is out of order. And then Smith Rowe, who I think is a better player and our top scorer, I believe. I don't know. I think maybe he's drawn with Saka. I don't know.
Again, I think Saka's one ahead of him.
There you go. But both of the pressure on both of them, giving both of them, and I said this. I think you guys said it as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. When they got number 10 and number 7, I said it was a disgrace. They shouldn't be getting them numbers straight away after 1 season. You should have to earn a number 10, especially the number 10. Yeah. But do you know what I mean? It's mad. But to give both of them, them numbers, this fan base just automatically got gassed up about them, hyped them up as if they're like prime Bergkamp or prime Ronaldinho or something. Yeah. And then they get the ump when people like us sit there and actually hold them to that standard that this fan base have put them at. So when they don't play like that, then we call it out. And at the end of the day, they're playing for Arsenal Football Club, so they should be able to get criticised as well. And if people don't like it, just don't watch it, and it's simple. All right. And when I've looked at this season, and you guys as well, we knew we weren't going to do anything this season. I said in the summer we should be getting top 4 with a proper manager, but this manager won't get us top 4. That's now proving the case. Yes, we're still in it, but we've scored 1 goal in 3 games against 3 of not worse teams, but 3 worse teams than our fans have said we are. If that makes sense. Yeah. So, but then when you look at some of the decisions that him and they do, and you said this on your fan cam, Kenny, that he is part, Arteta, of the transfer committee. He has a say. Unai Emery never. Yeah, he has a say on what players come in and what players he wants, and so on and so forth. So the fact that this team, Cedric, Tavares, Tomiyasu, players like that, they're his players. So when I see our fans sitting there going, "Oh well, Cedric's not that good," well, your manager signed him, yeah. Oh, but when we haven't got our first 11, well, your manager decided to get rid of 6 players in the January window and not replace them. One of which has bagged 11 goals since he's left, and and the 2 strikers we're left with are leaving in the summer and have scored 1 open play goal between them all season. Right, that decision alone, they should be sacked. Him and Edu and whoever else was involved. But we've got Chelsea coming up Wednesday. We've then got Man United on Saturday. We've then got West Ham United away. Them 3 games, I don't see us winning any of them. No. If he don't win any of them, do you think that they will pull the plug, Jez?
No, I don't, Lee. I honestly don't, man. I think we're stuck with this absolute prick. And I just think at the moment there is absolutely no direction from Arsenal as a club that they are going to sack this guy. And if they don't, it just shows that this club is rotten to the core. I've been saying it for 2 bloody years. It's the whole structure of this club is rotten. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I'd love to be a fly in the bloody wall, but it's disgusting. It is disgusting. What I saw yesterday, and I said, I think it's in the fan cam, I have seen some bloody awful teams at Arsenal Football Club, and this team is the worst I have ever seen at Arsenal. And I can tell you, and 74, 76 seasons, we were shit. But this is worse. It's embarrassing and it's disgusting. And I'm just going to make a point. You can call it a rant if you like. When I watch certain people yesterday, that absolute fucking wanker, Julian, is one of the biggest problems of this Arsenal fan base. What he said outside that stadium in his interview, oh, well, this is what we need to get us going for Chelsea. Are you some sort of fucking idiot? What game are you watching, man? And it's bloody AFTV that are deluding this fan base. Absolutely deluded them because they follow AFTV. I am absolutely convinced that AFTV, right, are paying idiots like that Julian who actually say this bollocks. Because if you're a true Arsenal fan, like he made out he was, oh well, this year because of the pandemic, I can go to every home and away game. Good luck to you, mate. I've fucking done it for years. You're talking shit, and you sit there and try to talk to me, or make me watch you talk absolute bollocks. When you say, oh, well, we didn't do too bad today. Oh, well, we were unlucky. Tell me how we were unlucky. We were absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. And it's those idiots, Lee, Kenny, that are destroying this fan base because of young kids. And I'll bring out another point. I watched it on playback late last night. I was watching Del Boy's phone-in, call-in fan cam. And this little kid comes on there, didn't show his face, fair play. But he sounded about 9 or 10. And his name, AFC-1888-News. So I put in there, you need to change that name, mate, because Arsenal were actually formed in 1886. Now, that just sums up this fan base. You've got a little kid of 10, 12. I don't know how old he was. I have no idea. I'm not digging him out. But if you're going to put something in there, mate, at least get the right year that Arsenal were formed. You know, just get it right, because that is disgraceful. 1888. Oh, dear God. Honestly. Sorry, went on one. But
no, listen, at the end of the day, I make you right, mate. I commented on that guy's post as well, because somebody tagged. I get tagged in this crap all the time. I will come back to these super chats that you guys are putting in a second as well. Appreciate it. Do smash the likes up as well. But I did comment on that as well. Yeah, at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and good luck to them, right? But at the same time, how anyone can bring any kind of positive out of the last 3 games, right, and say that, oh, this is the kick up the backside we need going into the Chelsea game, and then continues on to say we raise our game against the better teams, then uses better teams this season that we've lost to home and away as a comparison. So we've raised our game and still lost. So what makes anyone think that after not raising our game for the lesser teams, that we can raise our game against Chelsea and Man U and actually flip him win? Because the teams that guy listed, we've lost to all of them this season. It was like last week, the guy came out with, oh, I blame Chelsea's loan system. I don't watch it. Yeah, I get tagged in the Insta post and it's a little clip, or people send me it. Half the time I don't even bother. The last 2 I've been sent, I've watched. Mate, there is thousands and thousands and thousands of people like that within our fan base, by the way. It's not just him. He gets highlighted more because he's on that channel, right? Which is understandable, yeah? But at the same time, there is thousands of our fans like that all over social media that are sitting there going, oh, well, you know, when we've got our first 11, we're actually a really good Champions League team, yeah? But when we haven't, you know, we're kind of thin. So we need more investment and backing for the manager. That's now on Kroenke. I've not seen Kroenke's name all season. Apart from when we were playing Chelsea and there was supposed to be a protest, and then we dropped Odegaard and Ramsdale in, and then everyone was taking selfies at their second home. Yeah, like that rubbish, because we dropped 2 signings in, and then we got battered again. I ain't seen his name all season. Yesterday, his name was trending. Why is Kroenke's name trending after 3 losses? What's Kroenke got to do with it? Yeah, he didn't pick the team. He didn't pick the subs. He didn't pick the tactics. There weren't any tactics, by the way. And then Arteta has the audacity to come out after the game and say, well, in basketball, we'll go and manage a basketball team then, mate. Yeah, this is elite football.
What the fuck was that about?
He was basically trying to say that when you have 23 shots in basketball, right, and the other team has 1, you're going to win the game. Yeah, well, this ain't basketball. This is the only sport in the world where if you dominate, you still might not win. Yeah, every other sport, basketball, if you dominate and have more shots, you're more likely to win. Yeah, same in cricket. Yeah, if you're dominating and you're taking out the batsman every time you're bowling, yeah, the chances are they're going to score a low score and then you're going to win. Do you know what I mean? It's like football, you could go and have 29 shots or 28 like Chelsea had the other night and still not win the game over the 2 legs. Yeah, they won the game on the night, but over the 2 legs, they didn't. Villarreal got dominated in terms of shots against Bayern Munich in both games, I think. They had 1 shot on target each game, Villarreal, and they got through. If they had a better striker, they would have been 3-0 up in the first leg. But the stats in that game yesterday, I think we had 23 shots, only 6 on target. Yeah, and then Martin Odegaard. I mean, why is that guy captain first and foremost? Why? I don't get it. Yeah, I do not understand how that kid is captain yesterday. And then all he's doing is just spamming crosses to no one. You know, it was just embarrassing to watch yesterday. And I've seen a lot of people still backing this crap. That Julian guy, listen, don't tag me in this crap. I don't want to see it. Yeah, the guy's a paid actor. It's as simple as that.
I can honestly see, Lee, why he got a slap at Crystal Palace. I can see it. Because I'll tell you what now.
Did he actually get slapped? Real talk. Did he get slapped?
He didn't deny it, did he?
I don't know. I don't watch it.
He got interviewed. He got interviewed by that tall fella. What's his name? Cecil was his name? I can't remember. And he didn't deny it. All he said was, yeah, the other bloke's got a lot of blood in him. Unfortunately, it's my own. Quote. So he got slapped.
Wow.
And I can see why. I'll tell you what, you know, I could quite easily punch that guy up because he pisses me off because he talks absolute bullshit.
I don't watch it, Jez. I don't watch it. I've only watched the last 2. I
only watched that one because of the fact when he came on something, I could see there and up around here, the bruising. And then there was Muppets making out, oh, he's had a nose job. Well, he had a nose job that night, that's for sure.
The thing is, you're right what you said a minute ago about like kids and that watch that. because I've seen it firsthand, and so have you, Kenny. Yeah, when you're standing waiting to do your fan cam, yeah, it is literally full of young lads waiting and watching and singing the songs, and hey, and there is adults there, of course, yeah. But a lot of these people, the majority of the people that are loitering around and watching, yeah, they are under the age of 25.
Well, the thing is, some of them don't even go to the game. Some of them will live in the surrounding like estates. There's traction, and they'll run down the field. And that's the thing about the whole channel. The channel's is not relevant anyway. They've lost views. That's the fact. They peaked. They were at their peak from about the 2016-2017 season when they got new characters, and they sidelined my good friend Claude. And then from about, let's just say, after Wenger went for a season after that, there was still a lot of traction, blah blah. But they never peaked. Had their peaks from 2016-2017 season, and at the moment they're very much a PR channel. They've now got rid of certain characters, have left and had enforced rest. We won't mention one of them, but let's face it, the fact is that by getting a new presenter and getting a newer image, they're now seen as a positive version of the fan base. But I think the problem with the reason why they trend is because there's a lot of our cousins from abroad who don't know the club inside out, generally believe that Arsenal Fan TV represents the fan base. They don't. Arsenal fans do not want Arsenal Fan TV representing the fan base.
No.
They've said it. They've said it verbally at matches. The fact that the media turn on the volume when they're singing their AFTV out songs.
Yeah, they do.
They've mentioned it on Facebook, and they mentioned it on Twitter. The Arsenal fan base, the true Arsenal fan base, has won. The views are down. They don't get as many like traction at away games as they normally did. I was at the Watford game. Very few people crowding around there at Watford away. I don't go near them at a home game anyway because I don't want to be part of that. But if you go Crystal Palace, there's only about few and far between that, and they go to the top of the street. So Arsenal fans have won. They have won in terms of like they've achieved what they've wanted. They've crushed the relevance of the channel. The channel is not relevant. There's a lot of people who want to sort of, bring it back and see if they can put the genie back in the bottle. But it's peaked. It's at its peak. There's other channels with people with better football knowledge that have taken that mantra as the positive, face and the nicer face of the channel. Arsenal Football Club themselves do their own fan cams and get specialised fans. I've seen it myself. I go to every home game. I've seen the guy who works for the Arsenal gets Graham, proper famous, a genuine star on Channel 4 with her two grandsons, and they get a few people they've selected. So, as I said before, they can huff puff, trying to recapture their lost fame. It's not going to happen. They're over. They're finished.
Yeah. In terms of somebody put in the chat a minute ago, 8.3 million views this month. Yeah, having lost 3 out of 3 games, that would have been 28 million. Like
exactly
under Wenger, do you know what I mean? But anyway, fuck them. They can do what they want. I particularly don't watch it since the whole.
I don't watch it either. I don't watch it.
Whole thing, mate. I ain't interested. Yeah, I ain't interested.
I don't watch it, but when I get it clicked to me, I have a look. Like,
yes, that's the thing. 5 years ago, Jez, that have trended. The fact is that Talk Sport would have been taking a mickey. Famous pop stars like Mo Gallagher would have taken a mickey. Now they're not relevant. They're not relevant. They're not what they were before. The channel that's now getting traction is the Man United channels, because Man United, dare I say it, have had their Wenger in and Wenger out with Ole, and now they got their maths teacher as their manager. So they're the ones going to be trending for now, but they won't last, because at the end of the day, a lot of the people who go to Man United sales, I'll say the greatest respect, don't know the actual history of their football club. They only know from Sir Alex.
Yeah,
but that's the problem with social media in a nutshell, because if you was to actually get the actual ages, the average age of a social media football fan, the majority of them, the average age, I'd guess, is maybe around 25. Yeah, so that's the average age. So you can have millions of people that are older, and you can have millions that are younger. The problem is the ones that watch all of the maybe not so much my channel. My channel, I'd say the average age on this channel is maybe 35. Yeah, because I have a lot of people 40 plus on there. I can see my analytics, but at the end of the day, social media in a nutshell, football wise, it is for kids. It is for teenagers. It is for young adults. Yeah, and it's all about sound bites. It's all about entertainment. Yes, they don't want to be educated. Most of these people, it's just about, oh, look, so-and-so said this. Oh, what a prat! He did this, he did that. And most of these channels that want to go down that route, yeah, won't ever say anything about the history of the football club. They ain't interested in the history because it's all about now, because they know their audience is now. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's baffling, mate. It's baffling. But anyway, fuck them. Let's read these super chats out real quick because there's quite a few. There's about 11, I think. Let me quickly read these out. Big up to everybody who has dropped a donation in as well. Do appreciate it. Gio says top gunners are deflated. They should have just listened to you, Lee, from the start. Kenny, Errol Spence is ready to KO Bud Crawford. Your thoughts?
50-50 fight. But let me tell you something about Crawford. He's a levels above Ugas.
There you go. Let's go to the next one. What happened? The club was going on a good run. And what happened is irrelevant runs are formed that ultimately lead to nothing are exactly what I've been saying all season. Irrelevant. And people want to jump on a hype train when you're in the mud. We've won 5 games in a row. Let me tell you something. This manager is going to lose 5 games in a row. 5. I can't remember. I don't think we've ever done that in Premier League history. 5 straight Premier League losses. Don't think we've ever done it. I think we've actually, I think it was a tweet somebody sent me earlier. I think in 92 and 95, we lost 4 in a row. Yeah, but that was pre-Wenger. 92 and 95 are the only 2 times in Premier League that we've lost 4 straight Premier League games. I don't know whether we have lost 5 Division 1 games in a row. I'd imagine maybe we have. I don't know. But if he loses to Chelsea and Man United, that's the new Premier League record for us.
Yeah.
Trust the process. It took Klopp 4 years. It took Klopp 3 years, actually. He won the Champions League inside 3. Big up to you, Brandon. Go and subscribe to Brandon, man. True Gunners TV. Big up to Connor. Go and subscribe to him as well. Just needs help with his channel. I'm a whiz with YouTube. Can make profile pictures, thumbnails, edit videos. Happy to help, mate.
There you are, cheers.
And Connor's a nice kid. He comes on at the end of the watch-alongs. I haven't even opened your DM, mate. I've been mad busy. I can't lie. Apologies. Go and subscribe to his channel as well. Just type CMO and it should come up. Big up to Kool-Aid Luke.
I'll have a look at that, mate. I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, top man. I'm sure Ty was Arteta out before the chav from Luton, who's now in Chow, was. Oh, dear. Big up to you, Kool-Aid. Don't even start me on that. Big up to Pear as well. Evening, gentlemen. I'm convinced the new contract was signed in Denver in January. Club planned to announce it after top 4 was secured. Now they have to hide it behind another overpaid signing, Ollie 2.0. That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. I would not be surprised if he has signed a new contract. And thank you for that, buddy. Big up to Nathan. We're the 3rd biggest club in the country. Top Gooners bang on about the Invincibles, yet we're supposed to accept 8th place finishes and shit football. I want the glory days back. I'm sick of it. 100% spot on. It's what makes me laugh. I say it all the time. People support this football club because it's been passed down from generation, yeah? Or when they're growing up and they're at school, it's, oh, they know about football now. Oh, you support Man City, or you support Man United. Oh, well, I'll support Arsenal because they're right up there. You don't say I'm going to support Bury, yeah, or Oldham, you know, teams like that, because they're not winning nothing. You want to be the best when you're a kid and you're growing up. Yeah. So what changes when you become an adult and start gnawing off Arteta? It's disgusting. Singing some of the songs. Big up to Dan Potts as well, because he sent me the stream he did with Judges. Yeah, and he went on this rant for about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, and he was saying about the songs that our fans sing about this manager. Yeah, mate, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Best looking Spaniard we know. Turn it in. Big up Cheeky. for the donation. Speaking of Villarreal, does everyone think that Villarreal can do another madness and upset Liverpool? Also, happy Easter, everyone. What was everyone's thoughts about the City loss to Liverpool yesterday? I don't think Villarreal will beat Liverpool, but I'd wet myself if he did. As for the City game, well done to Liverpool. Yeah, listen, City came back in the end and they dominated that second half. But when you're 3-0 down to a team with that quality, you ain't coming back.
No.
Yeah, it's game over. 2-0, different story. But 3, you ain't coming back from that with 45 minutes to go. But there you go. Big up to Afsal as well. Lee, you'd find this funny. James Brenge had a hissy fit with me because I said he twerked for Arteta in the Zoom calls. He does. They all do. Right. Listen, James, you watched the press conference reaction I did the other day.
Yeah.
28 questions Arteta was put to him. 28. Kenny, have a guess, Kenny. Yeah, have a guess how many of them were about the Southampton game when it's a Southampton press conference. How many out of 28?
It's got all of them's got to be about the game. All of the 28 have to be about the game. I don't need to watch the press conference to demand. Right, what? All right. So what can James Benge and all these guys be talking about? What are they talking about? What are they making up?
Nuno Tavares' confidence. Is it in the right? Oh, Lacazette. Obviously he wasn't in training. Yeah. What else did I ask him? Oh, on what Xavi's doing at this, and what about this manager here, and what about this? It's a load of bollocks. This is why.
We lost a game against Southampton. You know what we should be talking about is substitutions. This is the pre-match before the game. Oh, the pre-match. All right, the pre-match should be
28 questions about the game. The only question. It's a Southampton press conference, yeah, right? Pre-match. The only question they put to him about Southampton is how something along how are the two teams feeling going into this game? Obviously, they lost 6-0 last week, and you're on back-to-back losses. That was the only question they asked him about the game. 28 questions, one was about the game. Yeah, and then people have the audacity to sit there and read and believe all of these little puppet journalists. And they are puppets. And I know they watch me because they tell people they watch me. And that gets back to me. And they say, oh, I don't like him. He's got a big mouth. Yeah, tough. Because you ain't fucking stopping me, you weirdos. Yeah, you can sit there and gnaw off Arteta as much as you want. Yeah, just
sorry to cut you, Lee.
Fuck him.
What I don't understand, right, is that why did some podcasts invite these guys on for?
Because they think that, oh my God.
So you invite these John. But what I don't understand, they don't know anything about football. A lot of these journalists.
They probably don't even support the club.
They've got no transfer news.
Nope.
So basically, and you're asking their opinion on an Arsenal and Arteta. What the hell do you expect them to say? Are they going to go up and say, "Well, it's not things ain't working well at the club, and Arteta's not the right man"? When basically they want to be able to get into his press conferences and get some sort of traction with the guy. I mean, talk about the irrelevance of a wasted hour. Unless they've got something constructive to say about the game or about football, what's the point of having these guys on? But our fans hang on to their words.
The only reason they have them on, right, is because they're snobby little condescending wankers, mate. That's why, yeah. And then they invite snobby, condescending little wankers on. So they think that, oh, if I get this person on, they're aspiring young puppet journalists themselves, most of these pricks, right? So they think if they get a journalist on, then they might open a door for that person. And lo and behold, some of them do get a little gig out of it, don't they? Yeah, we know.
One person works for Football London, doesn't he?
Yeah, the worst, shittiest fucking rag out of the lot of them. Worse than the Sun.
Well, I got one guy who used to always tell me how much he respected me and said, "Oh yeah, can I get his articles over?" Never heard of him before in my life. And then he writes for Football London now. Never heard from him again. But then again, I always knew that he must have seen that I was followed by quite a few prominent people. So he wanted to get through me to get to his followers. That's how it is. It's all about how can you help my career?
Yeah, and this is the problem, Kenny. Yeah, a lot of this fan base that have a lot of followers or a blue tick, yeah, or a big channel. Yeah, none of these people are interested in Arsenal Football Club. They're interested in their career. That is it. They all have a conflict of interest. Yeah, none of these people try to educate their followers to the best of their knowledge on the football club, which is one thing that you two and myself try and do on here. Yeah, people don't like the way I go about things. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm not interested in making friends. I've got my friends. Yeah, I've got my family. I'm sweet. I'm not here to sit here and pander to the masses and, oh, yes, oh, Mikel, yeah, let's knee slide when we're 11 unbeaten and sit 7th. Yeah, let's jump for joy, 5 straight wins and we're sat 4th. Oh, we're getting top 4. Where are all these people, by the way? Because I haven't seen any of them. None of them are in my chat since Villa. Yeah, are they still out there? Are they still alive? Or are they Arteta out, Arteta in?
They're waiting for us to beat Chelsea, innit?
Do you know what? A friend of mine, the guy who lives in Sevilla, big up Jolien, yeah? Right? If you think I'm Arteta out, mate, trust me, you ain't seen nothing with this guy. Yeah? Literally nothing. Right? He messaged me yesterday and he said he didn't watch the game. He was out for the day. Yeah, and he said, you watch 3 straight losses. He goes, good. I'm glad we've lost 3 straight losses. He goes, but we'll go and beat Chelsea. They'll fucking want a statue for him. Yeah, and that is exactly what will happen. If we go and beat Chelsea at the Bridge, right, our fans are probably hoping and praying this goes to extra time, by the way. Yeah, so then they're a little bit more tired. If we go and beat them at the Bridge, our fans will be like dropping their pants, mate. Oh, yes, back-to-back wins at Stamford Bridge, 2 seasons in a row. Yeah, then it'll be, oh, Julian was right. Fucking, it's fucking.
I think the thing with the thing is that you wake up on match day, and I'm one of the biggest fans out there. Match day, I just get really consumed by match day. Can't wait for the game. I get excited, and then these guys come and let me down. And I think the manager's let it down. And I think the main problem we have at the moment is you've mentioned all 3 of you, both of you mentioned Saka and Smith Rowe. The other elephant room is Martinelli. Now the common denominator with all 3 of those players is Smith Rowe is run out of ideas. Martinelli is basically been worked out. Saka is dead in his arse. Odegaard, as I said, in both the fan cams and the, like the player ratings, has now got 2 banks of 4 and can't break them down. So basically, one of the biggest elephants in the room is no plan B, and that is down to this manager because the simple reason is that you've destroyed the confidence of Pepe, who's worth £72 million to the extent that he's probably a proven rumours being spread that we're trying to sell him for £23-25 million. That's on you. Your job is not just to coach these players. You've got to make them believe that one, they're going to want to play for you and run their nuts off of the fans. You've killed Pepe. I mean, I shake Nuno Tavares' hand because after the way he was treated, not against Crystal Palace and not against Brighton, after the way he was treated against Nottingham Forest, for him to put in a shift and show endeavour and enthusiasm, I shake his hand. I really do shake his hand.
He was actually one of our better players yesterday. He was actually one of our better players, which is mad.
Yeah. I shake Cedric's hands as well. Can you think about it? He's been like I said, sidelined by a player who's done well, by the way, Tommy Asu, who's not really a right back. Yet he's come back when he's got his chance to give him a shift. So when these players do well, I say in spite of this guy, because I've seen more examples of horrendous man management by him in terms of destroying players' confidence, and I've also seen more examples of a lack of a plan B. So 100%. if he somehow gets to top 4, then I'm not putting it down on him. I'm putting it down on those players because it can't be fun playing for that man. No way is it fun playing for that man.
This is the thing, yeah. Like if you look at the players, let me just quickly grab these super chats real quick, yeah. Seems like predictions from a couple of weeks ago was wrong. Even you guys thought Arteta was better than this.
Yes.
Well, I didn't. But you two gave more points than I thought you were giving.
Well, I had to win in all 3 games. We all thought that we're going to beat Palace. Well, I thought we were going to beat Palace. I don't know whether you thought that, Lee. I thought Palace, Brighton, Southampton, 9 points. Then Chelsea a loss, and then Man United a draw, West Ham a draw, and then we'll beat Leeds, and then and then Spurs game. We don't know what now. out of those 9 points I've said we're going to get, we got 0. And all of that is down to Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
Not the players, Mikel Arteta.
What makes me laugh, right, is like it's like we're the only fan base that I see that gives a manager that is failing, is not done anything to warrant the praise that he gets, and all the backing that he's had from this football club, and what I find funny about it is this fan base will change the goalposts every single time. So it's when we have 3 games in hand, oh, we're going top 4, top 4's ours, blah blah blah. I'd rather be sat with games in hand. But then when we had games in hand, I'd rather be sat with points on the board was the first thing. Then we had all the games in hand, and we were still sat 4th. Yeah, it was games in hand, games in hand. Well, all them games in hand have been eaten up real quick, haven't they? Right now it's nobody expected us to get top 4. Well, I don't expect to need a shit in half an hour, but I ain't going to sit here and shit myself if I need a shit, am I? Yeah. At the end of the day, this manager has lost 2 players, right? Both of them players have been very injury prone since they've been at Arsenal, right? That is now down to him and Edu and the football club as a whole to make sure that you don't rely solely on them when that January window opens. Because Thomas Partey could fall over and fucking do an injury. Tierney's made of glass, right? So what does he do? Gets rid of 6 players. There's no way that you're telling me that Guendouzi and Maitland-Niles and Aubameyang couldn't do something this season. And all I hear is, Aubameyang was missing sitters. Aubameyang didn't want it. Aubameyang's attitude stinks. Aubameyang this, Aubameyang that. Aubameyang was 1 goal behind our top goal scorer, right, at the end of November. Didn't play all December and was still 1 goal behind Smith Rowe, by the way, at that time, right? And then got sold in January. And by the way, he has still scored more fucking goals than Lacazette this season for Arsenal. And he ain't been here and ain't played since November. Yeah, it is mad. Or early December. It is actually mad, right? And then it's, but we saved money on the wage bill. Okay, is it going in your pocket? No, it ain't, is it? So why'd you care? Why'd you care? Like, at the end of the day, the aim is to win, right? And this fan base just take the smallest window size, and make out it's amazing every single time. And then they wonder why this owner and this club take the wholesale mick. And then what happens is, and I'll say this, I was watching Judges and Dan yesterday, and today I was watching it from yesterday, and they were saying, we've got people that have left the group chats. They're refusing to go to games now. They don't want it to ruin the rest of their season. Well, why the backing then? Like, 3 straight losses and you quit? Yeah, our fans were walking out the ground the other week at Palace with 10 minutes to go. We then played Brighton, they're walking out again. Yesterday, Southampton fans with 10 minutes to go were walking out. Southampton fans, because they were that confident we weren't going to score, they fucked off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why would Southampton fans walk out of the ground when their team's winning 1-0?
But the away fans stayed. Arsenal faithful stayed.
Yeah, singing the Arteta song.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem we got in our fan base is that, there's what they want people to do. They want people to like toe the line, and they want to do it by force. And their go-to position all the time is if you don't agree with their views on Arteta, and then you're not a loyal Arsenal fan. You're not a proper fan. Go and support Tottenham, or F off back to Spurs. Actually, I am going to F off to Spurs on the 12th of May. So is Jess. Back in our team, Arsenal, the North London derby. Whilst you're probably going to rush home from work, put your feet up, have your meal made for you, or go in a pub watching it in a nice warm pub. And we're going to watch it. And me and Jess are going to be the ones coming out all dressed in black. I think it's 7:45 kickoff. We're going to be all dressed in black, making sure that please don't recognise us, please don't call us by name. We want to make sure we get the services to station in one piece. Please don't talk to us. You know what I mean? We're the ones going to get Thursday night. We're the ones going to get the gauntlet. Yet you're the one. Yet we're not the real fans because we have the temerity to question the club.
Yeah, it's crazy. Big up to Royal 1905 Chelsea. Haley, watching the Chelsea game in Australia. It's 2 a.m. Big up, gents. Been watching you since day one. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. And listen, I've got the game on as well. It's a pretty good game, if I'm honest. Still 0-0, but it's a good 0-0. And big up to Yomi as well, Chelsea fan. Come on, my guy. Please, Lee, help support the channel. My guy, come on. Big up to everybody who is watching live. There's over 800 in here. And make sure you're smashing the likes up. Make sure as well you subscribe to Jez. I'm going to pin Jez's channel in the comments in a second. Make sure you subscribe to Jez. If you want to learn the history of this football club, there's no better than Jez right now because these other people don't do it.
Next one's going up tomorrow. Arsenal get
Good
elected.
man.
There you go. Arsenal get invited into Division 2. And it gets exciting now. It gets exciting.
There you go. And no other channels on the internet, as far as I know, will give you a history lesson about the club from day dot. So make sure you are subscribing. I've pinned it right now. Jez's channel is pinned to the comments in the live. It's also in the description as well, or will be for people watching on playback. But we do have Chelsea on Wednesday. Are you confident in any way, shape, or form, Jez, that we can actually get a win?
No chance. I'm going to predict you this one 4-0 Chelsea.
Oh, Lukaku turning into a prime R9, yeah.
No, mate, let's get it right. If we can't beat Brighton at home, no disrespect to Brighton, and yesterday Southampton, Palace away. Well, that's always a difficult one. So let's get that right. No chance. No, absolutely no chance. Chelsea are a wounded animal after what happened against Real Madrid. So they're going to come out all guns firing. And with what I saw yesterday and with the useless tactics that Arteta's got, but I'm probably going to be wrong because Julian from AFTV knows it all. He's a tactician. He knows it all. You know, this is what we need. We need to lose 3 games to beat Chelsea. Wanker.
Mate, I'm pretty sure Sky Sports will be signing the guy up, mate. I mean, it's groundbreaking stuff.
It's amazing football knowledge. Absolutely.
The thing is, right, is that if we go back to the situation for AFTV, the fact is that and it's factual. Oh, Chelsea just scored.
Yeah.
It's factual, right?
So this, if he wins this, that's 6 finals 2 calls made in 16 months out of 7 available. Wow.
The fact is that
they're the best young team in London, by the way.
Well, they if you look at Chelsea, their youngsters, Cobham,
that's a rocket as well.
Won the Champions League last season.
Mate, the only competition he's not made the final of since he's been their manager is the Champions League this season. Yeah. Well, if he gets through in this, he's made 6 finals out of 7 that he's been available to make. Or the competition.
They come out of tracks, but in terms of like, the point about what Sky people want, Sky, mainstream TV want positive fans, and so if you're positive, then you're going to get a gig because, the days of going on TV and having banners to say out, I want this manager out, it's dead,
no,
mate.
They're gone.
They weren't accepted. They didn't accept it when AFTV was in their pomp. So why are they going to accept it now when the buzzwords is backing the manager? It's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't really listen to what most of these pundits say anyway. Because they've all got me and Rance were talking about this the other day. They're like, why he made me laugh about Joe Cole. It was Joe Cole and Rio Ferdinand talking to Jake Humphries about is it Lampard? Yeah, Lampard. Like at Everton. Right. And it's like, well, obviously, Frank Lampard, Joe Cole and Rio Ferdinand are going to sit there and back their friend, aren't they? So why do I want to listen to what those have got to say? Why would I want to listen to that? They're not going to sit there and go, well, actually, no, I think he's a crap manager and I think this and I think that. They're not going to say that. So they're not going to give their true opinion because it's their friend. So why am I listening to them? Martin Keown will sit on TalkSport and say openly he will never criticise Arsenal Football Club. I don't want to fucking listen to you then. Yeah, because it needs criticising, and you played for us when we were good, like really good. Yeah, and you don't want to, and you're sitting there now letting this. I see Lee Dixon having a to and fro with Piers Morgan the other day. Yeah. Oh, you should just calm down with your outlandish comments or saying, who the fuck are you? He's entitled to his opinion. He actually pays to go and watch the games with his fucking season ticket. Yeah, just because you've played for our club and you've won trophies, don't mean you can sit and dig out a geezer who's spending thousands upon thousands to watch that crap.
But the thing is, Lee, the thing that what gets me, all of these people who are backing Arteta and Wenger, they had no problem digging out Unai Emery. When Unai Emery was going through a load of crap, when basically the club were briefing against him, letting players disrespect him, get put in to the extent that we had no choice but to say, look, it's not working. We got 23 players, we got one coach that they don't like. We're losing matches. We need to, stem the tide. I never once heard Martin Keown, Ian Wright, or any of these guys back Unai Emery.
Nope.
But what I've heard since they've gone is that they've slagged him off. And then when he won the Europa League, and then he beat Bayern Munich to get to the semi-finals. Oh yeah, he's always was a great coach, but he wasn't a great fit for Arsenal.
It was not a good fit for Arsenal. That's all you hear. Not a good fit.
James Benge actually, who actually said that, and his words were actually quite noticeable to the extent that it made me think. Actually, let me read the rest of his tweets, and he put a little PS down. But if Unai Emery wins the European Cup, I would change my mind.
It's mad, mate. Some of the crap these people come out with, and the majority of people actually sit and listen to these people, like they're the messiahs. Yeah, it's like you're spot on. The amount of people who were on Unai Emery's case. If this club got to a European final in its first season under Arteta, right, and finished, or let's not even say first season. Let's say after 250 million spent. If he had got us to the Europa League final this season and finished fifth, this fan base would have street parties. Yeah. So why was it seen so bad under that manager? Because they didn't fancy it. They owned the buzz around this manager. And I've said this before, it's very easy to grow a social media platform if you're super positive. In fact, I'm going to do it this summer. I'm going to set up an Instagram account this summer. Nobody's going to know the name of it because I ain't telling anyone it's my account. I'm going to set one up and watch how quick I get that to 100K. Yeah, it will overtake my 16K or whatever I've got on my personal one. It'll overtake that before the season starts. Yeah, because I'll just put out PR. Nobody's going to have a clue.
That's you need to do.
It's easier because more people want to be in that bubble of Arsenal family. If your roof's leaking, are the family chipping in? They're not, are they? Do you know what I'm saying? We've seen that firsthand.
It's a nice way to do things, but the problem is, right, is that fans are always going to have a different opinion. You can't put the genie back in a bottle. Arsene Wenger's reign divided this fan base, and we're never ever going to be close again. It's always going to be divided. Doesn't matter how much you try. What's happened, right, is that it's probably a bad thing because before social media, we're all probably being Duke of Edinburgh in Fonthill Road having a drink, or in the Moray Road, or we could be in one of the pubs in the Blackstock. Could be in a Tolly if you like, or the Guns pub, and we'd be after the game. Probably the game finished at 5 o'clock, and then 3 hours later, 8 o'clock, we'd still be talking about the match in any of the pubs I've mentioned, and we'd be arguing. It'll get heated. We might even push each other because we're so passionate. We might even, you say, come on, let's go outside and throw punches that don't land because we're both pissed. But that was what we did before social media came along. So, but what's happening now with social media is that the loud have got louder and the quieter have found a voice. And that's what happens. Give someone a voice, they start singing like canaries. You know that.
100%. Absolutely 100%, mate. Big up to Mundo as well. He says he's got tickets booked and travel and hotel for the Everton game. We don't even want to go now.
Turn up, mate. Turn up. Turn up and just don't let those idiots
stay at home. Waste of time. Waste of time. Should Arsenal get Darwin Núñez? That guy is going to be absolutely everywhere on Top Gooner's lips, all over their Twitter accounts, all over their clapped YouTube channels, all in group chats. Oh, let's get Darwin Núñez. None of these fucking idiots have ever watched him play apart from the odd Champions League performance. They don't watch Portuguese football. Yeah, no disrespect to that league. It is crap. Yeah, so well done. The guy's bagged 30 goals or something this season in 30 games. Well done to him. Yeah. Now put him in the Premier League with big centre-halves kicking you every 2 seconds and see if you can bag 30 goals. He looks good. Yeah. He's got a funky, exotic name. So all of these little hipsters on Twitter will be noshing him off all summer, and then he'll end up going to Real Madrid or Barca or somewhere like that. Yeah. Piers Morgan has 5 season tickets, by the way, so he can say what the fuck he wants about this football club. Yeah. Whether you like him as a person through his views on certain other things is irrelevant. When it comes to Arsenal, he's absolutely bang on about this manager, and he has been for a long time. And if Lee Dixon wants to start crying about it, tough. Yeah, that guy is paying to go and watch Arsenal, mate. Whenever you go there, you're getting it for free. But there we go. Anyway, let's read a few more of these comments. Emery got Arsenal into the first European final since 2006. Exactly. This is my point there. People sit there and cuss Unai Emery, and yeah, we got battered in that final. But where was all this hype and PR and all of this for Unai Emery? Why didn't we? All it was just negative about him as a manager. Yeah, well, I was more entertained watching Arsenal that season than I have been for the fucking 2.5 that this manager's been in charge. Yeah, because it has been dead crap football, absolutely shocking football. You know, and people go, "Oh yeah, but we beat Spurs." Right, so that's the target now, is it? Play good for 40 minutes, batter Spurs in that 40 minutes, and that's good enough, yeah? Well, that's it. That's the ambition.
You know, Emery beat Spurs.
We was at the game, the 4-2. I was right behind the goal when Aubameyang whipped that one in. Yeah,
Well,
I was
apparently,
ripped his shirt off in front of me.
According to some of the scribes amongst our fan base, Unai Emery was never sustainable, and that there was loads of humiliations under him, and that, you know, they still talk about the 52 shots a game that he I'm exaggerating, by the way, the 52 shots a game that we conceded under Unai Emery, and that, you know, like, you know, there was no relationship between the defence and you know, the midfield. I mean, come on, look at the players that Unai Emery had to work with, man. As compared
by the way, can I just say, sorry to cut you off, right? Can I just say, yeah, that season, that full season, we conceded 51 goals, yeah? 51, yeah? Right, as it stands right now, with 7 cup finals to go. Oh, they're cup finals. We've got so many cup finals. Well, we've lost 3 out of 3 cup finals. With 7 cup finals to go, we're only 14 goals behind that season conceded, by the way. 14 with 7 games, right? 7 games. Out of them 7 games, we've got Chelsea, Man United, West Ham, and Tottenham. Yeah, we could see Chelsea pumping 3 or 4 past us. We could see Ronaldo rocking up and having Ben White on strings. We could see Tottenham with Kane and Son potentially doing some bits. Jared Bowen and West Ham. 2-0 Chelsea, by the way. Mason Mount's just scored the second. Chelsea are into another cup final. Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. They actually sacked their actual club legend, their highest goal scorer in their history. Employed a manager who was out of work, sacked by PSG, whilst our manager had us sat 15th for 5 straight games. Whilst he was unemployed, this guy, he walks in the door, takes them from 9th to 4th. 7 cup competitions later, he's been in 6 finals in 16 months. And he's won the biggest competition a club can win. Mad. It's actually insane, isn't it? But don't worry, nobody's better than Mikel Arteta. He's the best looking Spaniard I know. Yeah, fucking embarrassing. Our fans are a disgrace.
Yep.
They're a disgrace. Chelsea fans are ruthless, man. Yeah, which is why their owner goes like that. Yeah, it's mad. They ain't even got an owner at the minute.
Well, the common denominator is that it'd be the fans who make this decision on this manager. But at the moment, he's got a high approval ceiling because simple reason is that, you know, the buzzwords are at the end of the season are going to be, well, if you look at our start of the season where we lost our first 3 games, you look at the fact that we're in contention of the top 4 with 7 games. Was it 7 games to go? I'll take that. That's going to be the buzzwords. The other buzzword is going to be, well, you know, with the teams that we got to sort of compete against, we're punching above our weight, and that we're playing a good brand of football, and that we got rid of the dead wood, and we got rid of bad eggs, and we've cleaned out all the dressing room mess. So Arteta's got to do that. Conveniently, they've forgotten that Leicester are in transition. Man United are in transition. Chelsea are still levels behind Man City and Liverpool, but they're still levels above us. But let's play along anyway with their crap.
And when our fans
Tottenham
use this excuse all season of, oh, but we got the youngest squad in the league. We got the youngest manager in the league. Yeah, it's all been done by design, mate, to lower the standards. And you lot have all lapped it up. Yeah, literally sucked it up all season. You've got a straw and just gone on a mad one. It's actually insane how many people have brought into this crap. Right? When you look at Patrick Vieira, right? Yeah, he's going to get knocked out. They're 2-0 down with 12 minutes to go. They're getting knocked out.
Sitter.
Yeah, and missed an absolute sitter at 0-0, right? But when he took that job,
when better there.
Yeah, I've just seen that sitter now. So they've missed 2 sitters. Kurati missed one at 0-0, and he's just missed one there to get back in the game. Right? But when he took that job, he had 7 squad players. That's it. He couldn't have. They were worried that they might not even make it to start the season with a squad. Yeah. And look at the way they play football. Look at some of the players they have in their team. Look at the style of play you can see from them. And he got them to the semi. Okay, cool, you've lost. So ultimately, he's not succeeded, right? But I wouldn't necessarily want Vieira because I don't want any ex-player, right?
No,
because this is what you get.
Yeah,
this is exactly what you get. Oh, nobody's better than Mikel Arteta. Then it's, we're on our way to Champions League. This fan base, man, some of the songs they sing are just absolute cringe. And then they've got the audacity, these Muppets, to sit there and say people like us are the reason, that we get bantered. And no, the reason we get bantered is because this football club standards are on the floor.
Well, look at the Muppet we got here in the fucking in here now. Kadar Ahmed. I mean, these are the absolute jokers. LMAO, Arteta out to make me laugh. Arteta is going to sign an extension, so it's respectfully hold that, bro. Fuck off, you absolutely.
He can sign his extension.
You've never been to an Arsenal game in your life. So
Probably hasn't.
Don't ever come in here and fucking talk to me, Kenny and Lee. Just fuck off out of it. You're an absolute fucking melt.
Maybe we should link him Julian's video because that's probably what he's into. Bit of that, little bit of that.
Wanker.
Anyway, people, we are going to wrap this up because.
Sorry.
No, you're all right, Jess. You're all right.
The fact is that we've gone from actually thinking he's not the right man for the job. We wanted we said, all right, top four's not a trophy. I wanted it for a bit of progression. Deep down knowing that the club is just going to be as tight as ever. But we've basically now got ourselves in a position where we're having to rely on getting something against Man United at home, Chelsea away before that, and West Ham away, all because this guy effed up. We didn't. Yeah. And the reason why is because after the sort of international break, teams have worked us out. And then,
but this is what I've heard. This is what, and you've just made a point there. This is what I've heard as well. Oh, but since the international break, it's it's all falling apart for us and this and that. Oh, well, maybe that's because the squad's thin. Yeah, the squad's thin because we got rid of 6 players before the international break. Yeah, and then relying solely on your best 11. What manager, what football club relies solely on Thomas Partey being that linchpin? Yeah, they'd go a little bit light here. We've got rid of a couple of players here. Maitland-Niles could have done a job there, but we've got rid of him. Callum Chambers could have done a job there. We got rid of him. Yeah, they're not the best players. Yeah, we don't want them at the club, whatever. Yeah, but to leave nothing and then he gets injured, well, that's down to the management. Yeah, because you have deliberately got them out the football club because you've told that gaffer above you and he's told his gaffer above him, that Arteta says this is fine. Yeah, Kieran Tierney at left back. We always know he's going to get injured. He can't play a whole season. Nuno Tavares is the backup. To be fair, he was one of our better players yesterday. That's not saying much, but he was one of our better players. But, when you're getting rid of Like when we got rid of Aubameyang, yeah, oh, he's gone. Arteta ins, Arteta outs. They gutted their strikers left. Yeah, guess what, mate? Your dwarf up front can't score in a brothel. Yeah, you lot were all singing from the rooftops about, oh, we're on our way to Champions League. Yeah, guess what? Aubameyang scored 11 goals since. Arsenal have scored 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, but our fans were sitting laughing at his miss the other day. Oh, cool. Are you laughing at Saka's miss yesterday then? Oh, no, of course you ain't, because it's Star Boy, isn't it? Star Boy. He gets a free pass. That geezer could play 0 out of 10 every week, and you still suck him off. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Anyway, we are going to wrap this up. I'm going to read these supers out real quick. Big up to everybody who's watched live, everybody watching on playback as well. Big up Chike. It's going to be super painful. I don't know if an Arsenal player's ever done this, but if everything goes right, Sadio Mane of Liverpool could win 8 trophies this season. Wow. That's more than Arteta's ever going to win this entire career.
Yeah.
Mane plays in good teams, isn't it? You know, if you play in a good team and you have good players around you and you've got a manager that is about one thing, winning, then what will happen? You'll, like I said, you're more in line to get individual honours.
Fact. My question, big up King Lace. My question is, Arsenal has a possibility of finishing 8th again. Can't see it happening, but there is a chance. If it happens, what will be the excuse? Because he has his players now, and they aren't the right ones, but still. The excuse will be we had to cut the wage bill so we could go on a big spending spree in the summer. Yeah, and that ultimately cost us because the squad was light. That'll be all it is. Yeah, our fans will manipulate any scenario, mate.
Could be our sponsor, mate. 888.bet.com,
yeah, 888.com. Big up for the donation as well. Big up to Pete as well. Tuchel is only 8 years older than Arteta. There you go. And look at what he's done in the game. Arsenal fans are a mirror image of the team, boys. No hard feelings. There ain't no hard feelings here, mate. We say it as it is. The reason Kroenke is taking the mick, Rudiger's gone down injured. I think he's done his groin. So our fans will go, oh, Rudiger's out. Rudiger's out. Yes. Yeah, and then they'll probably play. They'll probably get Zuma back or something. I don't know. They'll find some academy kid. But the reason our fans have the piss taken out of them by this club and this ownership is because they accept it. The majority of our fans accept crap. So why would the owner change and give you better when 75% of the fans accept this crap? He ain't gonna, is he? If the majority are accepting it, why change it? Makes no sense. Anyway, we are going to wrap this up, people. Arsenal should get Potter. I'd take Potter.
Yeah.
I'd take Potter. I don't think we'd win a league title, but we'd get better football, that's for sure. And he's levels above this manager. But listen, we are going to wrap this up. Big up to everybody who's tuned in on live and on playback. Make sure you subscribe to Jez's channel. It's the pinned comment in the live chat. It's also going to be in the description of the video as well. I'll be back tomorrow with rants. That should be fun. My team got slapped and Ronaldo scored a hat-trick. So I'm not in the mud and he's in the mud. So that should be funny. But no, that's always a good show, man. I enjoy that. And make sure you go and subscribe to him as well. He's been uploading some YouTube videos as well the last few days. So go and rant some bants on YouTube, yeah? But I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. UK time. We're out of here. I'll tet her out.
You prick.
Always.